mid-Zeus. And then Mag solo Beastmaster again. So still leaning towards Vega going aggressive here.
Okay, and obviously with the Zeus pickup against the Pycat Quap, that's one of the lane matchups that I guess we're going to expect to just see passive farm.
Yeah, that's a lot of farm. Yeah, I mean, there is a potential for the Queen to kill the Zeus at around level 3. Like, if you get good denies in, if the Zeus isn't on point with his arc spam, you can beat the Zeus to 3 and go for a solo kill, but it's still tough. And if that doesn't happen, then it just falls into, like, this farm fest. Unless somebody gets, like, a nice rune.
Okay, so now final ban for the side of Vega. They're going to take the Lifestealer away from the side of Alliance. So obviously, always the potential for the old Lifestealer Clockwork hookshot bomb. But I mean, why do you think they're worried about the Lifestealer out of all heroes?
It is a bit curious. I mean, it is good in combination with the heroes that they have, like for the reasons that you mentioned, like Queen and Clockwork, both great vessels to infest into. You get yourself into the team fight straight up, you just go on the gyro. I think it's more of just a Lifestealer counters gyro ban than anything else, right? Because if you get hookshot, even if you roar him inside of the cogs, he could still potentially die. And that's the biggest concern, obviously, is keeping the gyro safe in the situation. So it is a pretty good hero to partner with it. I'm just not sure what Vega are going to end up with here, as Lotus still needs his hero as well.
Yeah, so Vega themselves, I guess, by the looks of it, still looking for that secondary support. And obviously one of the supports that we do see work very nicely with the Beastmaster that hasn't been touched upon this draft, or even last draft, is the Scarif Mage. I mean, do you think that could be a possibility for the side of Vega? I guess it offers the control against someone like a Quap.
Yeah, it is very nice. They could also be content with the kind of control they do have, though, because there's two ways to control. Yeah. One is hard lockdown. One is dealing so much damage that you literally cannot go in. And I think that's the kind of lineup that Vega have right now. Like between Call Down, Rocket Barrage, Flak, Ice Blast, Axes, Roar, Zeus damage. Like, there's so many things in the lineup that don't even have to stun you. It's just the sheer amount of damage output they have is terrifying. Like, if the AA Blast and the Zeus ulti hit you in mid to late game, Chen and Lion just die. Like, even Queen can just die to that. So a lot of it's going to be dependent on how good of lanes can Vega get. Like, they don't need to play from ahead, but if they can get ahead, it's going to be great. They picked Morphling into AA and Beastmaster?
What'd you reckon?
Okay, I'm totally confused now. Like, I think they wanted a range hero to farm because they might be assuming that Vega are going aggro again. In that case, it's an okay hero for being able to get kills when the Chen comes by. But Vega now, their last hero, we'll see what it's going to be here. They could just pick Witch Doctor again. I still think it's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Witch Doctor, of course, that combination, the aggressive try there, would be damn nice.
Yeah, it's very good. It depends, though. How heavily do they want to go aggro? With their lineup, they could just as easily dodge. Just depends on their last pick.
Jesus, time ticks down. Vega now with their final support pick. Looking back at things that they have run with in the past with the AA, someone like the Earthshaker is still available. I mean, do you think that could be a possibility this game?
Shaker is really good too. Maybe not as good of aggressive potential, because if Radiant are in their safe lane, it's very hard to get a block in that position, right? You'd have to be like sitting in the tree line the entire time, like by like a quelling and burrow your way in and try to block somebody out that way. But yeah, it's just gonna be the win. Okay, I do like.
So it's gonna be the Pycat Morphling.
Yeah.
So I guess it's gonna be Loader.
Queen? No, they have to swap. They have to swap.
I think you can't take Pycat away from the Quap.
No, I don't think so.
No. They just have a little bit of fun.
They have to swap. Yes.
You sure?
I think they swap.
Yeah, 100%.
If they don't swap, I'll eat another cheeseburger.
You'll eat another cheeseburger.
I was going to say I'd eat my shoe, but I think that there's actually a pretty good likelihood I would be eating my shoe. I don't want to take that risk.
Oh, well,
I'm a coward.
We'll see. We'll see what the story. Anyway, so the Morphling against the AA, it's
not
bold.
good.
It's
not good.
Okay.
I mean, Zeus damage and AA Blast, you cannot morph. That's the biggest problem. Yeah. Morph is your sole survivability outside of being able to waveform away, right? So if they have a Beastmaster with a Book 3 and a Blink, and an AA Blast and a Zeus, your late game on your Morphling is non-existent. I really want to pick Magicka's brain about it, because I want to know what his thought process is on picking a hero, because when stuff like this...
It's the Pycat Morphling, they're not swapping.
I guess I'm eating a cheeseburger.
I guess you're eating a cheeseburger. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look to see if, well, the side of Alliance can pull it out of the bag with something that, at least what we weren't expecting. It's something a little bit novel, something a little bit different, but Alliance today, well, let's go through their side as we go into the second game of the series, Alliance versus Vega. On the side of Alliance, we're going to have Ake. He's going to be sticking to the Chen. But we're going to see Pycat on the mid lane Morphling. It's going to be Bulldog on your off lane Clock. That's understandable. Loader on the safe lane, position 1 Queen of Pain, and he's going to be guarded up by, of course, Magka, finally on that. Rascal.
Well, we got this gyro taunt here, pretty epic, coming out here from Pasha. We're going to have a Beastmaster played second game in a row here by Mag. No one is going to be going mid here on the Zeus. Seema handling the Witch Doctor, and finally Solo is going to be playing the Ancient Apparition. Now, the way the lanes are shaping up, it's becoming more clear as to why they wanted to go for the safe lane Queen, or even off lane, I guess in this case, is they just want to make their lanes as strong as possible. Like with the Chen last game, they didn't really accomplish a whole heck of a lot with the roam, and eventually Vega's lineup was just too difficult to fight into. It was much easier to run. Now, I feel like Vega this game probably still have that same kind of feeling. The gyro is not as tough to deal with, though, as what a PL is for the lineup that Alliance have. I don't know, man. This is a really, really weird draft from Alliance.
Okay, so it's not going to be the Queen versus Zeus. It's going to be the Morphling versus Zeus. How does this matchup end up going? I
mean, both heroes farm. The Morphling will eventually get a stick. Having stick and extra mana is pretty much pure survivability. I think the Zeus will be fine with it. Pycat will also probably be fine with it. Again, it's just down to, can the supports on Vega get to their level 6? Because that's going to be key. Like getting the Death Ward up, getting the Ice Blast up. Can Solo get his 22 or 23 minute Aghanims or whatever it was in the previous game? Because that will make all the difference in the world.
On this top lane?
Oh my god, is he just dead?
Ooh, Magka.
No, he's fine.
He's fine. He is A-okay.
Maybe if Mag had a boar in range, he would have died, but...
Yeah, maybe with a slow, in fact, yeah. So, Queen of Pain and Lion up against the AA and the Beastmaster. So then that's obviously going to leave down on the bottom lane Bulldog on his own, dealing with the aggression of both the Witch Doctor and the Gyrocopter. So, in the laning phase, is there a definite winner?
I think that Alliance are making the best of their situation. They look at the laning phase and they say, if Vega go aggressive, there is nothing that we can feasibly put together that will make us win that lane. So what is the next best thing to do? Well, we put a hero who is unlikely to die to it, which is either the Clockwork or the Queen, against it. And since Load is our position 1, we obviously want to give him farm, so we decide to bring him top. And we know that Vega wanted the Beastmaster versus Clockwork matchup, even if Clockwork still slightly wins that, because he just really wants level 6. You know, he wants to get the farm out, and then he'll farm his book after rotations start happening. So I think that Alliance's lanes are still okay. Like, they're still farming on their heroes. Like, Clockwork has 5 CS against the dual lane right now, Vega, and the bottom lane. Ake is going to be able to free farm the woods, because there's no extra support walking around, like, dealing with him.
We're going to see the smoke up indeed from Chen. Bulldog guarding up the room, and Ake just checking to see if a fight kicks off with Bulldog, but it's not going to be the case. So Ake will head towards the mid lane, and Zeus is one of those heroes that's he's a lot easier to gank than a lot of other popular mid laners at the moment.
Yeah, he's very easy to gank. Only 2 armor, kind of slow, 295 base movement speed, and he's got that sick golem, 125 damage hurl boulder. What a skill. His smoke does break.
Oh, the courier's coming out, and it's got his boots and bottle on. There is an observer ward down as well.
He's scouting it. He's scouting it. He knows.
Yeah, no one knows. And he will be able to get his stuff safely delivered. And Ake won't be able to stop it. Ake also won't be able to look for that gank. But, well, you know, 6.84, that level 1 gank there with the old rock golem. Got to get that little old rock stun.
Yeah, it was close. I think maybe just harassing a bit would have done the job. I mean, Pycat this entire time, he's getting some farm. The Zeus is edging him out a bit, which isn't too surprising, considering how easy it is for a Zeus to CS just by spamming Arc. And he'll just continue to Bottle Crow, I think. And he'll be more than fine in this lane. And Loda farming well, to be expected. The Beastmaster, though, not really being held down that much. It's kind of like Mag and Bulldog are both getting relative farm to each other. So right now, it's just kind of like everyone's just passively doing their own thing.
So, on behalf of the side of Alliance, why do you opt to put the Morphling in the mid lane and put your Queen of Pain in a side lane? What is there to benefit from doing this?
Because the Morphling has an easier time mid than anywhere else on the map. And top lane?
Yeah, indeed, with the Hex onto Mag. I think Mag could be going down here. This could very well be first blood. He's shooting out into the poison.
Deny him. Yes.
Oh, AA. Very nice deny there. Good old solo there. He's got Mag's back.
Yeah, very nicely done here. Some harassment being done to no one as well. But if you look at the lanes from Vega, Morphling actually struggles more in any other lane that he does in a 1v1. Because Bottle plus being able to waveform Sam and morph to agility or strength means that your survivability is like tenfold. You never have to really go back. And if you have to Bottle Crow, that's fine because you're mid. And sometimes it's just necessary if you don't have the rune control that you need. But thankfully for Pycat, he's able to get his hands on that bottom rune. And that just means that, like, right now, the Zeus, he doesn't even have mana to harass at all. So if Morphling was their carry of choice and they feel it's the best for the situation, then there's nowhere else you can really put him but mid. Like, it's too hard to lane against, like, Gyro Witch Doctor, or even AA Beastmaster is more of a pain than just a Zeus.
You see, Magica here just looking to see if he can find the distance to go in onto no one. Pycat moving forward, but Magica's actually backed off and wrapped the other way around. Maybe he's not even needed here as Pycat waveforms forward. That's going to be your first blood there for the Morphling in the mid lane, taking down the Zeus.
That is what we like to call a low-speed chase. Both of these heroes are very slow, even with boots. Morphling is actually one of the slowest heroes, I think, 335 with boots, so that makes him 385, right? Yeah, he's damn slow. Just barely faster than Crystal Maiden and Techies. You would think that water would be faster.
You would, Andy.
You know?
I think, honestly, my immersion.
It's broken now.
Absolutely. Well, it's 1-0 at the moment, of course, with the deny on top. But, well, things looking at the lanes, looking at the amount of farm that's coming out. Obviously, in terms of CS, the Gyro is on top for Vega, closely followed by both the Quap and the Morphling. So things looking pretty level around the board, but arguably with a slight edge to Alliance. And they're going to look to try and make that edge even sharper now, with a rotation towards the mid lane. Both Ake and Magica smoking up here, looking to wrap around behind Zeus, but we have seen no one on the Zeus play very, very carefully. He's going to head down to the bottom 6-minute rune. Let's see if the patience is there from Magica and Ake to hang around and wait for him to return to lane.
Well, they know exactly what he's doing. They have full vision. He bolts the ground, maybe looking for a ward, but he's not going to spot it. He does pick up an Invis, though, which could save him from this. I don't think he knows the gank is there yet.
Well, they've got sentries on Ake, though, so Ake should be able to follow this up, and they're going to lead in with the Hex. In comes Pycat, waveforming forward. There's your Earthspike. Sentries dropped, and no, when he pops out the Thunder God's Wrath, it will bring Bulldog very low, and will actually help contribute to a kill there, as Bulldog is taken down by a combination of what I can only imagine to be the Maledict, followed up by the Thunder God's Wrath. Yeah, it's a 4-for-1 trade now. Vega do get themselves a kill on the board, but they lose the Zeus in the mid lane again for a second time.
One of the biggest differences this game, for the Chen pick at least, is previously Vega had Queen to just completely avoid every single gank that Ake could possibly throw towards the middle lane. Because in the previous one, it was Viper and Chen against Queen if they were going to gank. And that is an extremely hard gank to execute. Plus, there was an aggro tri-lane. So Ake was very limited in his options. Like, what could he actually do in the early game with his Chen? This time around, they got a Zeus that can gank. They got a Gyrocopter in the safe lane that they can even gank. And once the Clockwork hits level 6, there's multiple heroes where Ake can rotate and actually help secure kills. So giving him that kind of room to play is making a huge difference on Alliance's early game. Now, granted, one of the kills was a solo kill by Pycat, and that's great. Like, that's just icing on top of the cake. But Ake again with another smoke here.
Indeed, this time Bulldog's there with the hook shot. He'll lead in this time onto the Zeus. In comes Pycat to join in the fun. Clockwork will be able to find the kill. But again, taking down this Zeus, a lot of hate being piled down this mid lane, and that's certainly paying off for the side of Alliance, allowing them to get that head start in terms of
That's a 7-minute tier 1 kill. That's really fast, especially for middle lane. Like, the middle lane tower being dead already, this is more along the lines of what you expect when you see Alliance running the Chen and Ake playing. And it's just, you get a lot of kills in the early game, you get your momentum, you get your tier 1 towers as soon as humanly possible, and you just try to control the game.
Indeed, the control certainly seems to be there for Alliance. 9 Pasha still farming up very well. You know, he's got his face boost, he's got his Aquila. 8 minutes in. But still, we'll see if Alliance are able to keep up this pressure, keep up this aggression. So far has been very much paying off. And I mean, we're talking about the fact that once these supports get... Oh, hang on, mid lane. He's going in, and I think he finds it. He certainly does. Pycat gives himself a solo pick off out to Zeus. Seema the Slayer is there. He might look to go for this one as well, Pycat.
He is also dead.
Yeah, he's got a waveform, and well, and there's a courier as well. He's going to look... No, he's not going to go for the courier.
Come on, Pycat.
He's just going to be happy with the kill.
Yeah.
Double kill for your Morphling. I mean, Pycat Morphling, apparently pretty legit.
Yeah, I mean, he was given a matchup where if you get a solo kill as Morphling, your lane, as with any other hero, it's pretty much one, right? But you get to do so much more aggressive plays than Morphling because he's so hard to kill. And the AA Ice Blast is not online yet. Believe it or not, when you start the game, you don't start at level 6. So the time in which it takes Solo to actually get his ulti, there's already been significant damage dealt to the side of Vega, like losing their tier 1 in the middle lane. They could be even losing their tier 1 safe lane. And Solo still does not have that Ice Blast available and does need to be very careful here.
And just Bulldog, he's got this hook shot. Pasha hiding in the trees. Solo indeed in the lane, there's going to be a hook shot straight into Solo with the battery assault. That's why he's going to be able to pop down. The cooldown as well as they try and go in for Pasha as well. Pasha could be in trouble here as Bulldog's trying to chase this one. Pasha will pop the charges and will be able to create the gap between them. Hand of God's popped by Ake. And they find a quick clean kill onto the A. They do lose Loader here on the bottom lane. Zeus with the Thunder God's Wrath and of course Witch Doctor with the Death Ward are able to bring down the Quap. Raw was thrown out there as well, but 8 for 2 now.
At least they were able to get something on the board, and where Vega were kind of running around, not able to accomplish a whole heck of a lot. Their lineup still has the opportunity to come back, like Ice Blast, Beastmaster Roar, Zeus ulti. There is some wombo combo to be had, and their damage output is never going to be lacking when you have a Zeus and a Gyro on the team, at least during the early game. The biggest concern is, what's Pycat's first item? Does he go straight for BKB? Does he go Linken's? Yeah, he's going Linken's, okay. So he wants the Linken's for the Roar. It is still kind of easy to break. You can just arc it once, you can throw out a homing missile and it just disappears. But gyrocopters are kind of lacking their homing missile skills lately. Like they just don't get it at all. They just go for the rocket barrage and the flak and then stats. So I think it's mainly just for the Blink Beastmaster Roar is the primary concern here. And I gotta say, Alliance, their early game, significantly better than it was in the last game.
And we see Lion Magicka ready to go, ready to jump in. He's got level 6, he's got that finger available. Very easily blow up one of these weaker heroes like Solar here on the A. There's the backup of Seema the Slayer, though, on the sidelines. Doesn't look like anything's going to kick off quite yet. Ake just using the army here to get the momentum of the creep wave going towards the tower. Pycat and Loader just looking to continue to farm up. In terms of net worth, they're the two people at the top of the board. And with this tower going down imminently as well, this is going to put Pycat very much in the money now with 7,000 net worth on your mid lane Morphling. Pasha's in a lot of trouble up top, will get fingered here by Magicka. They're able to bring him down. In comes your Ice Blast, does connect onto Bulldog. Death Ward thrown down as well with the Thunder God's Wrath. They will find the trade onto Clockwork. Now it's your Raw on Ake, followed up by the Thunderbolt. That is a 2-for-1. They do get the Chen and they do get the Clockwork, and they do also get the Chen creeps.
Yeah, but they need to be worried about their tier 2 in the bottom lane as well. They're going to have to expend another glyph. I think there are at least 1 or 2 TPs available for this bottom lane defense, and the first one down there is going to be the Witch Doctor. But that was the first counterplay that Vega's really had, and they have no ultimates for this at all. And Seema had enough mana for maybe 1 stun, but they do manage to preserve their tier 2. Still though, this is a much better early game for Alliance. They just need to continue that pressure. Just make sure that you're always trying to find picks with your Clockwork and keep rotating the Chen. He is going to be kind of close to his mech soon. He's only got the Buckler right now because he opted to go for the Arcane Boots. I think that's mainly because you have a Morphling and a Clock on your team, 2 heroes who are very mana starved normally. As Morphling has very high mana cost spells. Like even just getting Adaptive Strike is 100 mana and you have 165 on Waveform. And then Morph, of course, takes mana the longer you use it. So.
Oh, we're going to see a pretty characteristic timing, to be fair, for Mad. I believe the last times we've seen him play the line, he normally does get a very respectable timing on his Blink Dagger. And I mean, with 12, 13 minutes in, he's already got 2,000 on his way to it, and he should be able to get that. So with the Blink Dagger on Magicka, this is going to make life, well, arguably very hard for most of the heroes, but also notably for 9 Pasha, who's still very, very much a long way away from any potential of picking up a BKB.
Yeah, it's not looking so hot for Vega at the moment. Now, thankfully for them, their lineup is great at defense, and it's also great at high ground, which is kind of the same thing, but I think high ground is in a whole nother league of difficulty in terms of being able to push in, and it looks like Bulldog missed his hook there. A bit unfortunate that he wasn't able to find Pasha. And did he flare? Didn't look like he flared. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Either way, though, smoke here from Vega. Does Loda die here?
Oh, Loda. He does need to be a bit careful. They've got the cast, they've got the raw. No. Instinct there tells him to blink out, and he will be able to get himself away.
Yeah, it was very nicely timed, not giving away that extra kill. Seems like he's going for the The straight up Aghanims, which against squishy supports is always great. You just blink in, get your burst out, Lion gets a good stun or just drops finger on somebody and it's just boom, kill right then and there. So Alliance definitely still looking to control the pace of the early game. Just chilling around, Ake just hanging out with his friend Roshan, wishing you could still use Holy Persuasion on him. It's like, man, if only the possibilities.
Gonna see them outside of Alliance indeed hang around the pit.
Oh, did they just rush now?
I was gonna say, thinking about going for it with the double damage on Loader. They can certainly give it a shot, and they certainly will do indeed. And the side of Vega, not really in a position to fight at the moment. We do just see Jara. He's just clearing out the jungle. He's, you know, he's low on mana, so he isn't really going to be able to TP and get himself into this fight for some action. And Alliance,
they don't have Beastmaster for this either.
Yeah. They don't have the Ice Blast as well for a few more seconds as well. Solo, well, 6 seconds, but by that time, Solo's probably going to be dead as Bulldog shots in. Magicka with the follow-up finger. They do throw down a Death Ward, but Magicka with the stun, stopping the channeling. Sonic Wave onto 2 as no one, and the Witch Doctor go low, back with the Roar onto Loader. There's going to be the cooldown as we see the rotation from 9 Pasha trying to clean up, but he's already lost the rest of his team. He's the only one left alive. And well, he's got to back himself out. Boyro's going down. Roshan is still up. The Alliance haven't finished it, but well, they've got more than enough space to finish it now, surely.
Well, after killing everyone, there's going to be another AA Ice Blast, and if Bulldog goes into the pit and gets Ice Blasted, I think he dies, so he needs to be careful. He's got some Tranquil regen. Looks like he'll just sit outside of the pit for now. He realizes what could be coming. Pycat takes it to the face, and now they will... If they get Roshan, this is going to be Aegis for Pycat, and Lincoln's done as well. So 15-minute Lincolns with Aegis, not a bad timing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue. The Pycat Morphling is looking very, very scary now for the side of Vega. I mean, we've already seen the potential in terms of the kills. You know, 5 kills, 1 assist so far. It's going to be a hard game for Vega. I mean, it's pretty much like a mirror image of what we saw in the earlier series. You know, the underdog coming through very strongly in the first game, but in the second game, it just seems to have triggered something in these arguably more experienced teams where they go, okay, let's play properly, and suddenly they're just playing at another level, arguably.
I really think that the decision to take Queen a second pick instead of just going with the Gyro the second time was the real key, because the difference between Ake's influence in the first and the second game is like day and night difference. All of his ganks in this game were pretty much successful, whereas in the previous game, he pretty much didn't get to do anything. Like, he walked around the map most of the time, like applied some pressure to bottom, but he couldn't gank mid or top, so there's only one spot he could ever be. Very easy to predict Chen's movement when there's only one lane he can gank. In this game, he can gank any lane he wants, and he managed to pressure mid enough to the point where Pycat was able to get multiple solo kills, even a double kill on his own. Just because Vega, they can't really rotate anyone else around to help. Like the Witch Doctor and the AA, they don't really stop the Morphling from diving. That's the biggest problem. The AA has no disables. So a hero like Morphling, prior to the AA hitting 6, it's actually very hard for the AA to do anything to Morphling. But now, with everything available, Vega, they smoke up. They do not really have great vision for the smoke. They pretty much have only defensive wards. So they're going to potentially spot out one member of Alliance, maybe have an idea that there's going to be a smoked team behind him.
I mean, this is the thing, though, for the side of Vega, potentially coming up to 18 minutes in with this push being led by Pycat in the top lane. They're on the verge of losing a second tier 2 before the 18-minute mark, and they themselves, they're yet to take a tier 1 from Alliance.
Yeah, it's not looking so great. Like, they're going to push in here. They probably are able to get the tier 1, I would say, if you're Vega. But they are going to lose a tier 2 in the process. And the more farm Pycat gets, like if he gets the E-Blade, for example, you're just going to start seeing heroes explode at the start of the team fight. And that's very hard to fight into, like just essentially being a hero down.
They might even lose 2 tier 2s here. I mean, the rest of Alliance, you know, they're pushing down in the tier 2 in the mid lane. Pycat's beginning to pressurize the top tier 3. He's actually ahead to join the rest of them in the mid. But
no,
that's
he's gonna
all
go hit
your
the tier 3.
tower's done. 18 minutes in, and yeah, it's starting to tickle onto the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, this is just... The control of the early game was phenomenal from Alliance. Like Ake's Chen, Pycat's Morphling, just making sure that he got a couple of kills on the mid player. The lack of rotations coming in from Vega. And the irony is, the timing of their team is just 6, as Magicka's going to get a solo kill on Beastmaster here.
Indeed, and well, with just 4 heroes left to defend, what can Vega do? There's been the Ice Blast into the Thunder God's Wrath, which is bringing Ake and Loader down, but they're going to be able to pop the Hand of God as soon as the debuff comes off. Pasha gets blown up. He's down for 45 seconds, no buyback. There's going to be a buyback on Mag on the Beastmaster. Death Ward laid down by Seema the Slayer. Will be able to finish off Bulldog. Now Mag trying to get himself involved in the fight. Has got the Roar available here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get close enough to use it. Loader blinks away. Ake able to keep his distance as well. And well, looks like they'll be able to take the tier 3. They only lose the clockwork here, and they did find the gyro, and they also managed to force the buyback out of Mag on his Beastmaster.
The buyback into not anything is so painful. He bought back, everyone Alliance ran away, he gets Jack. That is so painful at this stage in the game. Like, you're defending your base, you lose your tier 3 anyway. Your range Rax takes almost half of its health and damage before you're even able to push Alliance out of your base. And you don't get a kill. Like, killing Bulldog happened before Mag even bought back into the game, so those scenarios are like worst case if you're Vega at this point. And I gotta hand it to Alliance. I was a bit skeptical of their draft. Like, the Morphling pick to me seemed a bit weird. After having seen how they ran it, like putting it mid, putting it against the Zeus, just knowing that there's no real way that Vega are going to be able to successfully rotate on that hero. Same kind of feeling we had in Queen in game 1, where no one played it, and there was no real way for Alliance to ever kill him. Like, that was the biggest issue, is, okay, this hero is going to have a big impact. And Pycat, I would say, even had a bigger impact this game than what the Queen did in the previous one, just because of his solo kills. And solo,
he's dead.
He is mega dead.
And Bulldog there with the kill secure with that old rocket flare.
Fireworks.
I mean, just the performance of Alliance this game has been very impressive. I mean, you look at, for instance, Magicka on the line, hasn't died a single time.
Oh, Courier too.
The Courier, indeed, is also dead. Mag might be dead as well, as Pycat's just chasing down through the trees. He has got a Roar available if he
needs to book if he's going to Roar. Yeah. He needed to mana burn him first to break Lincoln's.
Oh, nearly finding that one, but no one's able to get himself forced up to the high ground. But yeah, for instance, Magicka, look at the farm he's got. 20 minutes in, he's got a Blink Dagger of 4 staff. He's got 750 gold on top of his point booster. This is a rich line.
This is like a almost EGM status farm back when he used to play for Alliance, and they would give him the priority. It's like they would make him play a position 3, and then Ake would adopt the newly dubbed position 6, where he would just buy all the support items, and Lion wouldn't do anything.
Oh, we're going to see a cooldown from Non-Pastures. He's trying to clear out the Chen army. Ake there is going to just back himself up. Maybe think about going back in, because Alliance, they have got some friends in the nearby, you know, Queen of Pain in the mid lane with Magicka, and also Pycat just pushing down the bottom lane.
You can't see it at home, but Wagga is like super hard lurking over here.
Indeed, I just got a little leg massage from Wagga.
He's just BMing here.
It was quite nice. I'm not
BMing the commentator desk.
Thanks, Wagga.
Reported, by the way.
The highlight of my casting career, that. But anyway, Clockwork. He's got a Pipe of Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the newly buffed pipe as well. So in addition to having the magic absorption, you get the 10% passive magic resist for your entire team. Very, very good against AA Zeus teams, for obvious reasons. Also gives them potential to fight around Roshan a lot easier. Like, one concern that Alliance could have is fighting into call down Zeus ulti and like an AA blaster on the pit when they're not ready for it. Like, they just get caught out by a bunch of bursts. And even if they don't die, it's going to put them out of fight. They're going to have to run after that. There's no way to re-engage. And if that happens, Vega might be able to get Roshan. Maybe they delay the game. But E-Blade done at 22 minutes.
That's...
And a Lincoln's on top of that.
Oh, Jimmy.
And now, boys, we go full agility.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
I thought you never go full agility.
When you have Lincoln's E-Blade, at this point, you always go full agility.
Okay. Well, let's see if that's exactly what Pycat decides to do. It's going to be hookshot 4 from Bulldog. Trying to find Pasha, blink 4 from Magicka. He's not going to be able to find anyone with a stun. Thunder God's Wrath and Ice Blast comes out. There's going to be a cooldown as well. Bulldog's almost certainly going to go down here. The second cooldown will bring him over the threshold. Ticks down to the Ice Blast. He's going to be the first casualty. Pycat going in very aggressively. Will be able to blow up AA. But now with the Death Fall, Pycat taking heavy amounts of damage. Will be able to morph into strength as he heads up to the high ground. Pasha's trying to chase it down with the Rocket Barrage. But Ake with the mech trying to turn it around now. Sonic Wave will catch on to Mag. And Ake will test his fate. Blink 4 for Loader with the Scream. Able to bring down Mag on the Beastmaster. It's a 2-for-1 so far, and now there goes forward Magicka, forcing himself forward and forcing the finger onto Zeus. Zeus goes down. Zeus does have a buyback available here, but 3-for-1 trade there, favouring the side of Alliance, and Pycat, he's safe. He's back to base. He's very much safe, and proving that sometimes going full agility is exactly what's required.
Yeah, you need to, man. You even got to replicate out, so... Oh, nice blast. Ake, he's dead.
Ake.
Rip.
He's not going to be okay.
He's definitely not okay. Not right now. I'd be sad, because he was waiting for Pycat to come back and bottle charge him, right? He was coming in from base with the replicate and stayed a little bit too long.
Oh, there we go, onto the Rex. Gonna be a fortification coming out from the side. Vega, they will have people up for the defense. Oh, he played onto solo, wait forward, looking for the adaptive strike. There it is. Oh, Pycat, you're so dirty. There's gonna be a stun onto Pasha. Hex as well now. And Pasha tries to walk it off, pops the BKB, will be enough to get him out. Looking for the raw here, Mag. He's trying to decide who to shout at. He's not going to be able to. There we go. Now he gets it off onto Pycat, but Pycat's already morphing strength. Bulldog throws his life away. Pycat getting low here. He's going to be able to morph fast enough. Yes, he is. It looks to be as he gets himself away with a waveform. Well, a little bit of a trade there. Obviously, the Bulldog for the AA, not a trade that Alliance will necessarily be wanting to take, but at the same time, they're just amping up the pressure and slowly but surely chipping away at the base of Vega.
Yeah, they got the range racks out of that engagement, so it wasn't so bad. The one thing about Vega, though, is that they have Book 3 now. And Book 3 is very good against Morphling. You burn the mana, you open up the opportunity to be able to roar, and you also just, like, hitting the Morphling in general with the mana burn is really nice. Almost a dodge there from Pycat, but not quite. Gets hit by the A ult in the well.
Well, you know, Lion, our old rich friend, he's nearly got an Aghanims complete.
You remember at this point in the game where the Ancient Apparition had Aghanims last game?
I mean, Witch Doctor's got his Ags on Vega, 25 minutes in. That's not bad, considering the position your team's in.
Yeah, I think the Death Ward is better for base defense if you get a good channel. Like, that's the thing. Like, the AI Blast comes out once every, 40 seconds, no matter what, as Solo just gets exploded here in bottom lane. He even cold feats a creep just for good measure. But yeah, when you get the Ice Blast off, it's like guaranteed damage, whereas Death Ward is completely reliant on your positioning. So if Seema is in a good spot, there is still actually a way for Vega to win, as crazy as that sounds. Like, their team fight is actually so good, and their high ground defense is so good, that all it takes is like 1 or 2 defenses, maybe 3 actually. They're pretty far behind, but it is possible. The Gyro isn't that far behind in terms of CS when you compare it to the Morphling. Although you have to worry about Queen as well, Loda now having a Hex. It's level 14 here, 26 minutes in. The Roshan is going to be the deal breaker, I think, though, for Vega. Like, having another Aegis, being able to crack the base and top and take that melee racks, maybe transition into a mid push, could be all the momentum Alliance need to win this game number 2.
Well, there we go with the Roche Gold. That's your completed Aghanims for Magka, and he's getting to the point where he's touching on to level 16, so we'll see if we see him make some big tasty plays here. Well, 21-9 between the two sides. It's a massive net worth difference between them both, but maybe, just maybe, if Vega can find this team fight, they can swing it back in their favor, but it's going to have to be quite something if that's going to...
Seema's ult has to be like baller status. Just look at it go. Don't ever stop. Dance it out, you know? That's going to have to be what happens. So he needs to wait for Adaptive Strike to be used, and Lion to blink in, and Hookshot to be used before he can think about trying to ult. Unless he's standing in like such a good spot that they can't see him. Which I don't know if he's going to be able to do that.
They do have a Glimmer Cape. The AA was putting... Has he got it finished now? Solo?
No, not even close.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just the cloak.
Oh, he's dead again.
Solo is very much dead again. Oh, another kill there in the pocket of Pycat. Mag just hanging around in the tree line here as the side of Alliance start to push in this top lane once again. Maybe look to finish off a set of racks. He's going to be having himself flying through to Pycat. He's got the Lincoln Sphere. He's not going to do anything to him today.
I'm kind of wondering if the Morphling was like a thought-out pick and there's a specific reason why they decided to take it, or if they just wanted a range carry to put mid against the Zeus. I mean, Shadow Fiend was banned. I guess that would have been another go-to for Pycat.
Pycat, wait for him in forward, trying to find someone. He's going to find the E-Blade and the Adaptive Strike onto Mag. It's not quite enough to bring him down, and Pycat's going to have to start morphing to strength. There's going to be a Hex from Loader onto 9 Pasha. Okay, sending in the army. Now they just return their attentions to this Rax on the top lane. Ice Blast will flow through. The pipes have been popped. There's the Sonic Wave going onto Pasha, but the damage from Pasha, it's pretty scary. And Loader's actually going to tick down here to the Ice Blast. So the defense is going to be successful, as they keep half of their top rack still alive, and they've managed to kill down that position 1 quad. Pycat's going to go back in though, and with this army, with the Necro units, are they going to be able to stop it this time? Axis fly through, but Pycat should be able to find this. He's getting very low. Maledict is on him. There's going to be the stun and the finger from Magicka onto the AA as AA goes down. Pycat will be able to morph into strength. Will get himself sent back here by Ake. So, Alliance, even with the casualty of the loader on the Quap, they do now clear out the top lane in terms of racks.
Yeah, they got the melee racks. That's all I care about. Losing one hero isn't really that big of a deal. Did he get piped, by the way? I want to say that he did, but he felt like he died really fast there. I don't know. Either way, Vega showing the power of their base defense. Unfortunately for them, the early mid game went so badly that Alliance just have a huge lead right now, like 20,000 gold, 15,000 experience at 29 minutes in. Like, they are just being smothered with money.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Would you say it's loads of money?
Loads of money.
You do it so much better than everyone else.
Sure.
You have an innate advantage, though.
Is that my new calling in life?
Yes.
Just fantastic.
I saw an opening and I had to take it. I had to put you in that position.
Well, that won't hold up at court. Anyway, 23 to 10 at the moment between Alliance and Vega. What do you think are Vega's odds of having that big wombo combo and coming back into this game, Andy?
Oh, I'd say it's like 20% maybe.
This would be nice. They can find a pick off on Admiral Bulldog. Maladin's connected him with the Necro units. That should be enough to bring him down as he does take down. Finger from Magicka onto Mag. Blink forward as well with a stun. Holding him in place as Loader will be able to finish that on one off with a scream. That'll be a 1-for-1 trade there between both the solo laners, Clockwork and Beastmaster. Now we're going to have a quick pause as we reflect on the finer things in life.
Reflect on going full agility, because you definitely always go full agility when you can.
Apparently so.
Yes.
Apparently so. There we go. He's good.
We're good to go, yeah.
He just needs
It's going to be a Manta style too, by the way, on... wow, voice crack on this Morphling.
Yeah, he's got enough for it as well. I think he just needs to get that ultimate all picked up. And well, small things to offer to the push that Alliance have already gotten. As we've seen already very strong push. Gem now picked up by Lion. So, well, the map control is certainly going to be there, even if it wasn't anyway, because Alliance pretty much having map dominance ever since the earlier portions of the mid-game. And it's just the final amount of vision that Vega have got on their own side of the map, really, that's protecting them from these kind of ganks and these rotations from Alliance, trying to catch out Vega anytime they move out of the base. At the moment, Vega, they're standing still and they're standing strong at the high ground. The only person outside the base at the moment, 9 Pasha on his Jara, continuing to find as much farm as he can, pushing out that top lane. And you've now got the Aghanims on Ake.
I love how Pycat just gives zero shits. He's just like, I'm just going in, almost instantly kills Pasha.
And, well, that's your BKB baited, and well, jobs are good.
They really want this too. I think they're trying to do what they can to make use of Aegis. Ah, it just faded. Okay. So it actually would have been better for Pycat to just die there. Just because it might have baited out a fight that would have been a nicer engagement in general. Like pull Vega outside of their base because they can kill the Morphling once and then Morphling respawns, you fight in a better position. You might be able to take racks off that. But even without the use of the Aegis, I feel like they can still make this push work. A bit harder though. You can see how easy it is for Vega to break the Lincolns there. Just one arc and it's gone.
Gonna be the first to go here. Who's gonna have the balls to head up to the high ground on the side of Alliance? It's gonna be anyone, I'd imagine. It's gonna be Pycat. There's gonna be a cooldown coming out from 9 Pasha. Pycat takes it on the head, it takes it off the chin. Ice Blast will be sent out, and maybe once the Ice Blast is gone, oh, even though it disconnects onto Bulldog and onto Loader, there's going to be the E-Blade and a tap struck onto no one, but he's still alive, and Admiral Bulldog takes a raw, and in comes the Death Ward. He goes down. They've also lost Loader here. They might lose Ake as well as 9 Pasha chasing it out the base. This was not the aggression and the push that Alliance were looking for. 3 heroes down. There's going to be a nice Centaur Stomp there, holding back Vega, allowing both Pycat and Magicka to get themselves out of there. But that's 3 heroes being taken off the map very quickly by Vega, and Vega still proving that there's more to their bark than just the bite.
Do not underestimate their fighting. That is the biggest mistake you can make if you're in Alliance's position. They did show a pretty good amount of respect though when trying to push in for Aegis, or push in for racks when they had the Aegis still. Like Pycat still didn't even want to commit to the fight, full well knowing the kind of burst potential and just overall team fight capability they had. But the damage is there. It's just a matter of being able to line it up.
Pasha, he's going to find himself Pycat, and
he's gone.
He's very much gone.
Yeah.
Maybe got a little bit too excited about that little team fight win and was like, right guys, we're going for this, and forgot that there was a Pycat Morphling that's pretty farmed around the map.
He got an invis. So I would say if there was no invis, the kill wouldn't have happened. Like, even if he waveformed over from the tree line and tried to do the same thing, Pacha probably would have been able to BKB fast enough to not get bursted, because both Adaptive and Ethereal Blade now have travel times, so it's not instant. So by standing right on top of him with an invis, you take away the human reaction time. It's just like, yeah, there's no way you're reacting to that. You're just going to lose like all your health immediately. And BKB or not, when you have like 1 hit worth of health left and you try to TP, you're dead.
I mean, now with the full 5-man roster of Alliance here on this bottom lane, they might be able to force a potential buyback out of the Jara. They might need to. They
don't have a glyph, so I guess they're sacrificing this, maybe going all in on their mid defense.
They're going to find the range racks here on the bottom. Looking to find the melee as well. Pasha's going to be back, but now Bulldog with the hook shot straight in onto no one. No one's going to be able to get himself out. Does get fingered here by Mashka, but it's not quite enough damage at all. He's still alive. Now Pasha comes in with the BKB Death Ward as well. The bounces onto Loader. This is exactly what the side of Vega needed. They're going to find Bulldog. They're going to find Loader as well. It's a double kill for 9 Pasha. It's a triple kill as he's able to find Ake as well. He might be able to find Mashka. Mashka's able to get the blink off. But a triple kill for Vega's Pasha. And maybe looking for more weapons. What's going on, son? Nothing. That's all right. We're looking at this. Exactly, weapons. We knew no one else was going to die down there. Oh, maybe they will, actually, because Machka is taking a few punches and kicks from Mag. Now he's going to suck him off, but it's not very long. Pycat, he's getting caught out here by Seema. Oh, it's Seema getting caught out here by Pycat. Pycat will start to morph into strength. Seema here with the Glimmer Cape. Glimmering himself forward. He's going to look for the TP out. And oh, no one. A little bit off point there with his aim.
He tried to ground target the stun so it didn't break Lincoln's like next level stun him, right? Because if you don't actually target the hero, the Lincoln's doesn't get triggered from the lightning bolt. So that's what he tried to do, but he actually just clicked way too far away and didn't work out. Unfortunate. So Vega still very nice high ground defense, proving once again.
That's a lot of money for the Jaro.
Yeah.
What are we seeing on the Jaro now? What's he been able to pick up? He's got the Demon Edge.
MKB, I guess. I mean, that would be the most obvious choice. Like most gyros go MKB. You very rarely see things like Daedalus, but MKB makes their team fight just that much scarier. And the Chen is starting to fall off a tiny bit. And the one difference between the AA now and what it was functioning previously, or how it was functioning previously, is they are grouping up as 5 to push now because they want to end the game. Prior to that, they were kind of split up. They were doing some pretty clever rotations from the side of Alliance, just doing some ganky stuff. And now for the first time, Vega playing aggressive here.
They're going to go for it. They're going to smoke up and they're going to go blindly, though, into the Radiant jungle. Is this going to pay off? Well, find out. Here's Mag. Leads the way. There's Ake. And Ake, well, he's gone. He's gone. There's your first kill. There's going to be a nice little Centaur stun. We'll hold Vega back. Now Vega, they're going to back themselves up by the looks of it. Oh, Loader, he wants to fight. He's going to find the Siphon to Mag. There's your follow-up hook shot. And they go straight into the Beastmaster. He gets the Necro units out. He looks for the roar. Will find onto Loader. He's still alive at the moment. They have lost the AA. They're going to be losing the Beastmaster as well, Vega. And now they might lose more. Pycat was looking for some aggression here. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far. And the rest of the side of Vega will be able to back themselves out. But still a 2-for-1. And the Alliance definitely having a lot tougher of a time than they were about 5 or 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, still though, Mag not really getting the memo that his team was not there anymore. I don't know why, like, that had to have been miscommunication. He was in the middle of nowhere inside of Alliance's woods, and with those 2 deaths, Vega no longer able to defend Roshan. This might be the last little push that Alliance needs to maybe secure the last 2 set of racks, maybe go for full megas, or I don't know. It's definitely a lot closer of a game right now than it was a little while ago, that's for sure. It's a matter of how much more influence can this gyrocopter have during team fights, because he kind of needs to save for buyback. And he needs 450 gold to finish MKB and have buyback. So if he can do that, then I think maybe they have a pretty good chance at defending. They're going to need Roar, of course, but Beastmaster will be available for the base defense.
I don't think it's an MKB.
He could be going Rapier, yeah. I just thought about that.
Oh boy.
Rapier with BKB. They do have
Queen. He's going to go all out. Come on.
It would actually. It would,
the finals.
It would be a really good time for a Rapier.
Where's the relic?
He's got it. There's
the relic, boys.
Yeah.
Rapier Gaming. There we go. Right. This could be the Rapier that they needed, Draskell.
I think if they got Roshan, that wouldn't have been a Rapier. I think it would have been a different item. But maybe they feel like there's so much emphasis on the next push that if they can defend this, they can just be like, yeah, we go all in now. We end the game. You know, there is the potential for that to happen. And the other thing, too, is Alliance haven't seen it. So Alliance aren't going to know he has a rapier until the fight starts, hopefully. Like, you can smoke inside of your base and just hide the gyro until they come in. Do they actually have a smoke? No, they don't. At least they don't have one that they can buy. Maybe somebody has one on them.
Alright, okay. The flare was coming in. They haven't actually put rapier yet onto 9 Pasha. Maybe not wanting to reveal it, or, well, I mean, they can see the courier. I mean, I assume he's going to pick it up for this fight.
No, they're just trying to hide the courier. Yeah. Although if they see the relic on it, they're just going to ping it out and know right away. It's very, very risky, though, what they're doing. Like, if the gyro dies...
But that's what we love. That's what we love, Andy.
This is the make or break for Vega, 100%.
Come on.
He's just trying to bait it. Like, look at how hard they're trying to hide this rapier right now. They do not want Alliance to know.
They want Alliance to start the fight and then get the rapier in.
Yeah. That would be the dream.
Let's see. Cat pushing onto the tier 3 in the mid lane.
They need to fight soon, though.
He wants the hook shot. He wants Bulldog to commit. He wants Alliance to follow up, and then they'll go for it. BKB is now picked up on the quad. I'm going to save you against that damage.
Okay,
now.
he gets it.
He's going for it now.
Yeah.
All right, it's in his hands. In his hands.
Okay, now they definitely know. All they have to do is look at him, and there will maybe be like a ping, or they just say it on whatever voice communication program they're using. They need to fight, though. Their base is just dying to Pycat.
It is. I mean, Pycat's going in, and he's going to wait for him forward, looking for solo here. They're going to have the roar, and now with the Ice Blast and the right clicks, Pycat is going to melt immediately. 90 seconds on the clock, does have a buyback. But they have lost the remainder of their bottom rack, so it is just this mid lane of racks left that Vega do have. Obviously, clearing out the stronger creeps on both lanes aren't going to be too much of an issue because they do have this rapier.
They were still like way too hesitant. They should have just fought sooner. Like, you have rapier, you have really good initiation, just jump on somebody. You can just, the thing about taking a jump yourself is you can BKB on your own terms, you know? You don't have to wait for the Lion to blink hex you, for example. If you start the fight, you BKB, you walk up the hill, you kill a hero, and then Alliance stop pushing.
I think this is the first Lotus Sword pickup we've seen in DreamLeague, Andy. The Lion.
Yeah, I think it is, actually, now that you mention it. I guess it's for Roar. Yeah, Cask is okay to reflect as well, but if you can, like, the main Roar target is usually going to be either Queen or the Morphling, so you can just put the Lotus Orb on them when they go in, and you can use it for like an E-Blade combo or something like that. Just burst somebody down really hard. And if you BKB and also have Lotus Orb, I think it can only reflect Roar anyway, because it's the only spell that's targetable through BKB on the side of Vega. So yeah, it is really nice.
I mean, Alliance, now that you see this rapier, how does that change kind of your plan as a team when you know you're fighting into a rapier? What are you acting different? Are you acting a little bit more scared, or are you like, right, we just need to get in and kill the gyro? How do you deal with it?
Well, the one thing that Alliance have to their advantage is they still have a lot of outer tier towers left. So if they Mega Vega, all right, that was a weird rhyme.
Mega Vega.
Yeah, if they do manage to get Mega Creeps and Vega have to push out, they cannot go Throne because they have to break through at least one tier 2 minimum and racks. So if Alliance even get fully team wiped, as long as they Mega, I think they're actually still okay. But there is the concern that if you lose all your outer tier towers and then you lose a team fight, then sure, Vega can go in.
Siphon to Zeus, he's going to get Glimmer caped up. Going to be okay, and Rob Pasha, he's looking to get the damage in. Loader just pots the BKB, and they have taken half the mid racks indeed, so I can't now with the E-Blade onto no one. They have to struggle up. He's going to get roared up. He will get 4 stars back. The Death Ward's been laid down. 9 Pasha trying to look to fight here with this rapier going on to Pycat. Pycat, he's able to keep himself alive now with the cheese, but Bulldog just dies in the back lines here to the flat cannon. 20 to 27, in comes the Chen army, trying to do his best there, Arcade, to finish off the base of Vega, trying to get them down to Mega Reach. Waveform forward from Pycat, now it's just done from Magic, catching the Witch Doctor, fingered as well. Sonic Wave as well, bringing both the Witch Doctors solo down. There's going to be a cooldown on Pasha, looking to fight, clearing up the creeps. Magic getting solo, but there's going to be the Hex there onto Pasha. Now with E-Blade as well, holding back the right-click damage. Pycat will be able to waveform out. Oh, yeah, Queen of Pain there, blink herself away. But now we're just around 75% life on that final half of the racks here in the mid lane for the side of Vega. It's getting harder and harder for the side.
He needs to be very careful about sitting at that amount of HP. Like a E-Blade combo or something like that can kill you. Where the hell is he sitting at? He'll have to go back to base and heal, I think. Or just get healed up by the Witch Doctor or something like that. But still, I mean, Vega still keeping their base alive. Just slowly getting whittled down, though. Melee rack's sitting at around 60% right now. Just a matter of time, I think, before Alliance eventually crack the egg, as they say. Vega need to make a decisive smoke or something like that and just walk outside of their base and be like, yep, we're going to fight you. There is always the risk, though, that they get ratted by Morphling now that he has bots. It's always a concern. I think if they didn't have to fight through so many towers, they could actually just go super aggressive and try to win. But with tier 1 up in middle lane at 43 minutes, it's tough.
It's very tough indeed, but obviously at the moment we do see Vega doing their best to hold on here. It's holding on for that one little chance of the fact that they may be able to turn this one around with that rapier. Take a victory here against the side of Alliance, but just gonna get himself out there from the top lane. The Lotus Orb as well. It's gonna run out anyway before it connects. It's going to be fine. A-OK, 27 to 20 at the moment. The side of Vega still battling up with this half of the mid-racks left. It's all they've got.
Oh, Solo's got Aghanims. He even sold his boots for it. What a player.
That is commitment.
Bootless ice cream. He doesn't have feet anyway. He doesn't need boots. No big deal. All he has to do is sit in the well and throw out ALTs and hope that he hits it.
Oh, we're going to see the return missile come out onto 9 Pasha as the Lotus Orb does proc it. As it comes in. Blow up here. Oh, Alliance, they're taking their time here with breaking the high ground. We want to see some action. Come on.
It's scary, man.
It is scary.
Rapier Gyro, some serious pain.
Oh.
Hit for 560 damage. Well, 562, I guess.
There's your roar. They're going to find Pycat. Pycat getting low, and he's almost certainly going to go down. He will go down here. Pasha's able to find the kill. Ice Blast is a little bit short catching at Ake and Machka. They'll get themselves out, but Pycat, maybe a little bit of frustration play there. Going straight in, looking for the racks, but he does get controlled and blown up immediately by Vega.
He got wrecked. Super wrecked. The Lincoln isn't really doing him any favors either. It just gets broken immediately by either the Zeus or a mana burn from the Necro book. There's just way too many ways to break it right now. So if he's leading the high ground push, it's always going to be him taking the death. There's no way that Alliance can save him. Like, even sending him back, I think it takes 3 seconds with max level to send him home with Test of Faith. Yeah, no, he dies in less than 3 seconds. You just can't keep him alive. Even the Zeus now, having a refresher on top of his Aghanims, their damage output and an AoE capacity is huge. So they can defend this last racks for a very long time. The biggest concern now is trying to figure out how they're going to push out the lanes and be able to fight simultaneously. That's the real challenge. Because it's one thing to just defend against 5 heroes pushing down one lane, but it's completely different when you're playing against Alliance, who have a pair of bots on a Morphling who can easily backdoor at any given time. And the Queen is also going to eventually get them as well. And even Lion can. I mean, geez, Magicka is loaded for a Lion. This is an insane amount of farm to have for support.
Well, it's... I don't know, man. This is getting to the point where, I mean, Vega could indefinitely hold off the base, you know, for a fairly long time. And I don't know. What have Alliance got to do to break it? We've seen them try for pretty much the last 10 or so minutes, but nothing really has been achieved by Alliance against Vega's base.
Against Vega's lineup, the hardest thing to do is to 5-man down 1 Rax when there's only 1 lane left to defend. Because prior to that, you have to prioritize defending either top or bottom as well. So the reason why people often go for top and bottom is because the distance between them is greater than going from mid to any other lane. Because if you're mid, you're already halfway between both lanes, as opposed to having to walk all the way across the map, right? So you just split them apart, you get chip damage on the towers and then the racks until you can just commit and kill them completely, maybe try to take a team fight somewhere else. But when there's only 1 focal point inside of the base and it's 1 racks, then there's no way to really do that same style of play. Like, sure, you can push in the waves to the base, but the team can let the tier 4s take damage. I mean, that's the difference. It's just a lot harder to 5-man down 1 lane into a Rapier Gyro than it is to just rat against him in general. And now Roshan going to be sieged here again. It's going to be Cheese. Alliance probably going to be giving Pycat the Aegis here. See if he's going to be taking the brunt of the attack again, which I'm sure he will.
Yeah, maybe now with the Aegis of the Immortal on Pycat, Alliance will look to try and break the base for the final time. Maybe this is what they were waiting for to go, and it certainly seems to look like it as we see Pycat starting to push in the bottom lane, the rest of the side opting towards the mid. This potentially is where we're going to see the fight come out. Ake, he's got his army of Ancients ready. Let's see what they do. Pycat. How about it? The Ancients start to move in onto the mid lane. Still, they seem a little scared of Vega. I mean, 9 Passion.
They should be scared.
They've got every reason to be, yeah.
They should absolutely be scared. This game, as crazy as it sounds, is still losable from their position. I mean, it's actually kind of hard to lose, but you can.
Oh, we're going to see Magic maybe call out. Here's Mag with the Roar and the damage from Pasha.
That's a gem on deck as
Flying
well.
Lion. Now Loda, he's gone in with the BKB, trying to find Seema. 9 Pasha with the cooldown onto Pycat. Pasha getting low, but he's still alive. The Aegis had been popped. Loda comes in, will find the kill onto Jaro. Divine Rapier hits the deck. Pycat moving forward, looking to pick it up. We're going to see a Death Fort from Seema the Slayer go forward. Who's got the Rapier at the moment?
Pycat.
It is on Pycat. He's managed to retrieve it and get it out of there. Lion will buy back, as we do see Vega trying to force Alliance out of the base and trying to fight them. But Alliance are well out of there. And Pycat, he's retrieved the Rapier. And he is well and truly out of there. So now, I mean, that's what, effectively a 12,400 gold swing now. The Rapier going to the hands of Pycat. This is... Okay.
That is what we like to call the reverse stream. You do not want to lose your Rapier. You do not want to lose it to the Morphling.
No,
that is the
Morphling.
worst hero to give it to, more or less. And as soon as they see that Pasha has no more damage output, he went from hitting for 500 to 200. His damage output is no longer that big of a threat. Like the Zeus and the AA still deal a fairly good amount of damage, but with no refresher, Zeus ulti, I think that Alliance should be feeling pretty confident to just straight up end the game. They even buy a Butterfly on Pycat.
Pycat's well and truly 6-slotted now.
He hits for 600 damage.
Yeah.
He's going to deal some pretty good right clicks. Might not even be worth using E-Blade at all. Yeah, that's what he got rid of for the Butterfly. He just went for the evasion over the E-Blade.
Well, I guess when you got the Rapier, you're all about those right clicks now. It's very much the case. And well, Alliance, are they going to take these final racks? Oh, there we go. He goes. It pops the BKB. There's going to be the fortification. He'll get himself back. He's got the racks down to half health. And now blink forward from Loda. Loda's actually gone. No, Loda's blinked out. Okay, blinked away. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. I want to see some aggression, but both sides, they're playing very tentatively. 50 minutes in here.
Just showing respect to their opponents.
Yes.
Not going high ground recklessly and potentially losing a team fight. I check buyback status. Then no one on the side of Vega even has buyback at this point. The only 2 people in the game who have it are the Chen and the Clockwork, ironically. Probably 2 of the slowest farming heroes in the entire game. So Alliance still feeling pretty confident, I'm sure. BKB baited out here on Pasha.
Here comes the return homing missile from the Lotus Orb. On its run to Pasha, and Pasha, of course, doesn't have a BKB. So maybe they can actually look to lead off this. They know it's going to stun him. And we will connect. And Alliance now pushing in. Hook shot forward now. Bulldog catches himself mad, catches himself non-Pasha. There's the 2-man finger. Defil gets laid down here by the Witch Doctor, trying to do what he can, but he's already lost the Beastmaster. They've already lost the Gyro. The ult there from Zeus will find Bulldog. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Mega creeps are on the board now for Alliance. Solo trying to get himself back to base. Has got the Glimmer Cape. But I think it's over, Andy.
Yeah,
it is over.
It's over.
GG, well played.
A valiant effort here from Vega in game number 2. They had a really rough start, transition into mid-game being down, I would say. On middle lane especially, Pycat kind of snowballed out of control on his Morphling. Played up against a lineup that a lot of people would argue, even myself, prior to having seen him play it, that Morphling would have a hard time against this draft because of Beastmaster, AA. Like, those 2 heroes are really good against Morphling. And having a Zeus to eat Arc, I was like,